Got a little change of scenery today, guys. Guess I'm just gonna talk to you guys like you're my friends, because I mean, sometimes I don't feel like I got somebody to talk to about this stuff. But I'm kind of at the point where I've just been really praying for the strength and the answers to overcome, the circumstances I'm in. Anybody who's kind of started a business from the ground up knows what I'm talking about. Financially, it gets stressful. I mean, I've been kind of low-key letting the weight of the gravity of the situation, kind of weigh down on me and ruin my creativity. Because when you're stressed, it's hard to think. And it's funny because I was looking back at some of the motivational videos I kind of posted in short form content. And it's amazing that the advice I'm giving out to people is the advice I need to hear myself. And one of those things is no problem can be solved from the same level of consciousness that created it. And a lot of my problems have arisen just from being stressed, anxious, worried. I apologize if I ever stutter. It's a little cold out here. And I'm just sitting in my apartment trying to solve a problem. And I'm sitting in that same environment that's kind of dark, gloomy, kind of depressing. I'm all by myself. I understand the whole lone wolf thing, and sometimes putting your head down, grinding, isolating yourself for a moment. But something about, I guess this weather, Ohio, this is kind of seasonal depression right here. This kind of weather that's out here. But I can't say it's seasonal depression because I felt this when it was kind of summer still. So I guess it's just me, It's me. And at the end of the day, like everything in our lives, everything that's happened is essentially our responsibility. Even if we couldn't control it, how we react is up to us. And what we do going forward is up to us. And we either let the situation make us or break us. And I've been letting it break me. I'm not gonna fucking lie. But I gotta start being a leader and lead by example, because that's one of the things I was talking about in the last YouTube video I posted. A leader leads by example. And I promised my brother today I'm posting a video. I was gonna go over my back pain story, but I'm gonna let that be tomorrow. I just wanted to drop a little update on where I am. So basically, I've kind of changed directions of my channel. My greatest setback is going to be what I use as my purpose. It was my back injury that I dealt with for about 8 years. And I have the power to heal people now because I've come across the answers. I remember praying to God, looking for the answers to my back pain. And I eventually came across the answers. It's a combination of this one guy's YouTube channel that I found, Low Back Ability, and, a lot of things I learned from my old coach, who was an Olympic gold medalist in Russia for weightlifting, powerlifting actually. So it was a combination of the two, because I felt like there were gaps in his approach that could make healing take a little longer. I feel like I have my own approach, and by combining the two, and along with this book I'm reading on neuroplastic pain, which is essentially pain residing in the brain, your brain is firing signals. Anybody with chronic injury, oftentimes the infrastructure of their muscle, their body, is not the cause of their pain. A lot of times it's healed, and even if it wasn't, even if it's a herniated disc, there's actually studies that have been done that is often not those herniations and all these other infrastructure problems that are the cause of the pain. It's the brain firing. Because neurons that wire together, fire together, right? When people are in pain, they're fearful, they're anxious. They constantly feel that pain. When they feel that pain, they get more fearful, right? And it's just like a constant feedback loop. The brain learns to fire to protect itself. And, like I said, neurons that fire together, wire together. So when it's emotionally rooted, it really teaches your brain to continue to try to protect itself, even if the back is actually safe. Even when the back is no longer injured, it's going to anticipate pain. And say you're fearful, anxious, stressed about your pain. When there's other things in life that you're fearful, anxious, and stressed about, it's going to induce that pain. And a lot of people with neuroplastic pain, they'll have back pain. The next thing you know, it turns into hip pain, knee pain, all these other issues. And a lot of times it's literally stress and trauma that is like literally sitting in the body. But I just want to update that this is essentially the path I'm taking with this channel. I'm going to be posting a lot of videos to try to help people overcome their back pain. I do want to get back into general fitness stuff, but I've seen too many videos recently where people have been in so much chronic back pain that they've literally considered taking their lives. The one guy on the other channel was saying in an old video. This was an old video, it was a while back, so he's probably got more screenshots of people, but he had like 364 screenshots of people, you know, talking about wanting to take their life because of back pain. And when I saw that, I'm like, you know, I feel like I had answers to heal people. Even if I can't get them 100%, I can get them to at least a 2 out of 10 pain, or a much better condition than the one they're in right now. So I've been really making it my mission. I've been studying up. I've been reading about neuroplastic pain, healing the back and chronic injury, not just through, you know, physical therapy like exercises, but through using your own mind. So combining the two can really empower people to take back their life. That's why I've been really studying on this, to come up with my own approach, to be able to help people. Because I've even helped my buddy come back from his back injury, his shoulder injury. I've come back from all my chronic injuries as well. And I've helped a couple other people come back from theirs. So if I've got a proven concept that works, I want to bring that to the world and help people. And my goal is to offer a one-on-one rehab coaching in regards to this, because I've met a lot of people already. They've seen all the same information I've seen, but the problem is the implementation of it. They know what to do, but they don't implement it correctly. They're not patient enough. So what they need is a coach that's going to lay out a roadmap to get them from point A to point B in the most systematic and calculated fashion to guarantee success. And that's what I want to do. I want to offer this one-on-one coaching service for the rehab, as well as personal training, because I've helped a lot of people get elite level results already, as well as myself. But right now I believe I really need to go down this path of helping people heal from chronic pain, specifically low back. Like I said, I've helped myself heal from a hip injury, knee issues, partially torn pecs, both sides, shoulder issues, elbow issues, almost every injury in the book, a high hamstring tendinopathy, all kinds of stuff. But I want to specialize in the low back because I know that's the #1 disability in the world, worldwide, and there's a lot of gaps in the, you know, the literature when it comes to healthcare and helping people rehab. And I'm not blaming physical therapists or anything like that. There's just a lot of gaps in the knowledge out there, and people need to hear it. And I've done a lot of trial and error experimenting, and because I'm somebody who's lived through that 8 years of back pain, and I know how it feels to have spasms, not even being able to sneeze without your back being thrown out. I couldn't even make micro turns in bed without my back spasming. I didn't live a normal life. It would take me like 30 minutes to get out of bed. I had knife-like pains in my spine, literally questioning if I'd even live a normal life again, and wondering if one day I'd even be able to walk. It was so bad, bro. I was loading trucks at UPS, but I'm gonna save this story for my next video. And then the video after that, I'm gonna try to do some at-home back rehab exercises. So if any of you that are watching this have chronic back pain, know that I'm coming. I'm going to be making videos for you guys. And I'm gonna try to make as many as I can, you know, in short form and long form, about trying to rehab the back from home. But the truth is, there are certain things that you might even need at the gym, like a back extension machine, which technically you could just purchase. So if you can purchase a back extension machine, that's gonna be part of the protocol. Just stay tuned, guys. I've got a lot of videos coming soon, and I got to get this business off the ground before I go bankrupt. Wish me luck, boys and ladies.